You know, the cool thing is, I was a freshman here in 2018, and from then to now, Cathedral has evolved so much. I can't believe we're getting ready to welcome the class of 2030 here to Cathedral. I can't wait to see what the future holds. I would like now to introduce President Rob Bridges. Dr. Bridges is the former head of school at Muskegon Catholic Central in Michigan and a former teacher and coach at the American School of Rio de Janeiro. He is also a former Peace Corps volunteer. Cathedral has seen tremendous growth under Dr. Bridges' leadership, with the beautiful Innovation Center being built during the pandemic. Dr. Bridges and his wife Marcia are members of St. Simon Catholic Church and are the proud parents of 4 Cathedral graduates: Robbie, Gabby, Danny, and Sammy. What I remember most about Dr. Bridges is that whenever I walked by his office, which is right by my mom's office, so it happened a lot, he would make the time to talk to me and my classmates, even though I'm sure he was very busy. He helped us all feel more welcome right here on the Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, President Rob Bridges.
Thank you, Nicholas, and welcome everybody. How are we doing tonight? It sounds like you don't know for sure, so can we just hear it again? How is everybody doing tonight? It is really important that I share with you that this is Spirit Week, so it's a little bit of a crazy week here on the Hill. Yesterday was officially Wacky Wednesday. Today was also unofficially Wacky Thursday because we welcomed 200 little siblings to our school today, so it was an amazing day. And what makes our school so special, you heard the students talking about it there, is our teachers. There's no question about it. Those in our classrooms and our teams are what make what we call the special sauce here at Cathedral. I know there's a lot of teachers here tonight. There's a great quote that you may know from the book of Daniel that says, "Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who lead many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever." Stars forever and ever. I think that describes our teachers very well. So for our classroom teachers that are here, for those who are recovering from Wacky Wednesday and Sibling Thursday, let's give a great round of applause to our fantastic teachers. You know, Nicholas talked about being a senior in high school and college, and I cannot believe that. I remember when his mom came here 9 years ago, just after I came, and I know that God really had a hand in leading Mrs. Rodecap here. I didn't know she was kind of a VIP in town. The Archdiocese has asked her the last 2 years to be the MC for their gala downtown. Wise move by them. But Grace, one of the very first days here at work, we heard our choir singing in the chapel. Her office is next to mine. And it was so beautiful, I was drawn to it, like so many of us are. I went down to the chapel, and I saw Grace in front of me, and she had tears rolling down her cheeks. Not because the singing was making her cry in a bad way, but because she was so moved. And I asked her afterwards, "Grace, what was that? What was that reaction about?" And she said, "The fact that I get to be in a place where not only do we get to pray, we are encouraged to, and I work right across from the chapel. I feel tremendously blessed." That sums up what our school is all about. We're focused on our faith, and we're grateful for it every day. So speaking of what's happened in the past, as Mr. Matthews shared, a culture of continuous improvement continues today. Because so many things happen at Cathedral every single day, we have to zoom out once in a while and get a plan. Or else we could just do the school things all day. And we love doing the school things every day. But really great organizations have a great and cohesive leadership team that strategizes on the best practices and makes plans for the future. So I'd like to share with you a few examples of some of the plans we have in our current strategic plan for the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. When Blessed Basil Moreau formed Holy Cross Education, the very first school, he very intentionally put students together from vastly different walks of life. the very wealthy and the very poor in the same place. People thought he was crazy. No one had done that before. It's on purpose that we have 319 freshmen that entered our school this year, and they came from 82 different schools around Indianapolis. Just think about that for a minute. 82 different schools. Think of all the different sets of academic rigor at those schools, probably at all different levels, all coming into the same school. So it's really important that we take the time to welcome those into our family who needed to kind of ramp up academically. We identified 30 students for just such a mission-centered program, and we called it the Holy Cross Achievers. Moreau's vision, children from all walks of life, side by side, being educated in their hearts and their minds. That's exactly what the Holy Cross Achievers, our brand new program, 30 students, 30 of our educators mentoring them all year long. You know, counseling has never been more necessary, I believe, now. We can blame it on cell phones, we can blame it on COVID. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is we know that our students need someone to listen to them and someone to guide them in a special way like never before. So we have really ramped up and expanded our counseling program in two ways. We had one outstanding counselor who was on call all summer and here in the building to provide to answer questions for new families and current families. We also added a second social worker because, as I said, more than ever, this is needed. So hats off to our fantastic counseling program and the revamps we've made. Thank you. We keep students very busy from 7 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. at night. There's very few gaps in that. But we do have a gap in our time, in our programming. After school, from 3 to 5 or so every day, there's a group of students that don't yet have to go to practice or are not yet picked up to go home. And they're still here with us. So we knew that we had an opportunity to fill that gap with something that could be very successful for these young folks. Aaron Green is an outstanding part of our family anyway. We made it official with his program called Struggle Made Us. It's an after-school program for young people to mentor, cajole, and to guide. So our Struggle Made Us after-school program, Aaron Green and his team are here every day to help our kids. I don't know if Aaron's here tonight, but let's give him a hand anyway. He's fantastic. We send out a lot of surveys to know how people are feeling, to know how we can get better. One thing we've heard from our parents over the past few years is that parents are also looking for some spiritual nourishment. We know we need that in today's world for sure. There's a program called Fraternitas, which is a program specifically for men. We meet monthly at 6:45, focused on the model of the awesome St. Joseph, just to have fellowship, to share stories of faith and hope, and how to build up faith in each other and ourselves, and especially in our families. So Fraternitas, by the way, if you're a male and you haven't come, please check out the emails and come and join us for Fraternitas. Most every school leader I know concerns themselves with not being able to find enough teachers of color. We know it's important for our students to have teachers that look like them, but there just are not a lot of teachers on the market today. I love this program called the Black Teacher Residency, our partnership with Marian University. We are actually putting people into the pipeline to create more teachers of color, and this is our own Jamaica Cooper. He was my student from 7th grade to 12th grade at Muskegon Catholic in Michigan. He followed my footsteps to St. Joseph's College. We have some Pumas here tonight, don't we? One? Couple? Yes. He played football and I didn't, but Jamaica is fantastic. He joined our Cathedral family 2 years ago. He is in the classroom today in the first group of the Black Teacher Residency Program. So let's hear it for Marian University and for Jamaica Cooper. AKA Coach Coop. True story, I can stand next to Jamaica in the hallway, I often do. 15 kids in a row will come by Coach Coop and give him knuckles. Coach Coop. And finally, by the kid 14, I say, hey, just a nod my way, just hello, but I'm glad you love Coach Coop. That's a true story. Happens all the time. I love that. One of the things that I guess we can thank COVID for is that we rediscovered how much we like being outside. Last year at our auction, for our fund in need, we came up with this creative idea of an outdoor learning space. So we raised actually 6 figures, a lot of money, to put toward a great cause, an outdoor learning space. If you're familiar with Cunningham Hall, you can see the picture. This beautiful deck will come off this side of Cunningham, and kids will have a fantastic and beautiful space to learn outside. In fact, we have a couple of our primary donors are here tonight. I know Mike and Rosie Hauk are here, and Mike Cunningham. Let's give them a big hand for their generosity for this. And Nicholas talked about how our school continues to grow. It's a competitive business. We have to get better all the time. And as I said, this culture of continuously getting better. Just this past week, we opened a brand new and beautiful field out at Brunette Park. It's called Brunette Field, and that is for soccer and lacrosse. Now, some of you might look at that picture and say, oh wow, their art department did a real good job making this picture. That is an actual photo, and it looks even more beautiful in person, and it looks even better with the beautiful lights on after dark. So hats off, and thank you to the Brunette family and all the soccer and lacrosse folks for donating to beautiful Brunette Field. And if you haven't caught a game, there's 3 or 4 or 5 a week, so please check our schedule. You won't regret it, I promise. We are still looking for funds. We're always looking for funds, you know that, for a couple specific projects. Where our old cafeteria is, just around the corner, we have plans to turn it into a beautiful health and wellness center. And also, by the way, our arts program is growing. Our performing arts program is growing like crazy, especially our choir and our show choir program. We actually have a middle school program called Lucky Charms. We don't even have middle school students here yet, but the program continues to grow, and so we need to build an additional performing arts studio. Most of these projects are still in process. If you'd like to be a part of that, please let us know. Any great organization, make sure they have a fantastic mission and they lean into it all the time. That's exactly what we do. Going back to what I first said about Moreau's vision, about putting people from all the strata of society together, in order for us to do that, we need to provide tuition assistance for Cathedral. Example, couple numbers. This year we have 1,113 students. 512 of those students are receiving tuition assistance currently. 183 students every day receive free breakfast and lunch. And it's not the federal food. We love that the federal government does that. We know that when private people do it, we do it better. So our breakfast and lunch are fantastic with our partners at Flick, but that is money that comes out of our budget every year because it's important to us. If kids are hungry, they can't learn. So this is one of the reasons, the primary reason that we're here, really, to make sure that we are supporting our tuition assistance so that we can continue to be a true Holy Cross school. I'd like to share with you some of our investment numbers. You know that a great Catholic organization leans into our mission and needs support. Last year we shared with you our priorities and we raised over $7 million. So here's an update on where we are. You can see the Cathedral Fund, restricted funds, their events, our student fundraiser, and Empowering Greatness campaign for last year, over 6,000 individual donors. Many of those are here tonight. If you'd like to add to that and become a donor, you're certainly welcome to do that this evening. At this time, I'd like to introduce an SGO video that will explain a scholarship granting program that is really a no-brainer. If you have the funds and you have the heart for it, this is a way for you to share and help us with our scholarship program, and also to get a fantastic tax benefit.
The Hill. It's iconic. It's beautiful. It's home. It's the place where hearts and minds are transformed and lifelong connections are made. And yes, it's the place that often sends letters and emails asking you to donate to the Cathedral Fund. Why does Cathedral ask for your help? Well, tuition doesn't cover the actual cost to educate each student. Also, 45% of students receive tuition assistance. Your support enables us to continue fulfilling her mission of enrolling students from all walks of life and ensuring affordability. And an easy way to do that is by donating to an SGO. What's an SGO? An SGO is a scholarship granting organization, also known as the Indiana School Scholarship Tax Credit. Here's how it works. First, your donation is eligible for a 50% Indiana tax credit. For example, a gift of $10,000 yields $5,000 in state tax savings. You can take an additional federal tax deduction, plus no maximum to your gift. Each year, we ask for your support because each year we welcome 300 plus new students to our Cathedral family. And we need you to continue living our mission of transforming hearts and minds and impacting the trajectory of students' lives. Want to find out more about SGOs? Talk to your accountant or go to gocathedral.com/SGO. Thank you for helping us empower greatness.
Once again, it really is a no-brainer to help us live out our mission and to get tax break as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce an example of mission in action. We talk about how busy our school is, and yesterday was a great example because these two young gentlemen, I swear they were just freshmen like last week, and they have yellow lanyards now, which means they're seniors. These two young men have transformed so much over the past couple of years. I'm so excited to introduce them to you. Please give a nice warm welcome to Twin Towers in action, Lyndell and Lazzie Tipton. Come on up, gentlemen.